EU interior ministers holding emergency talks after last week's deadly migrant crossings into the Spanish enclave of Ceuta exposed deep divisions within the bloc. Following the meeting, the French interior minister said member states expressed solidarity with Spain and commended its handling of the situation. No formal measures were adopted or have been adopted as yet. Spain has urged fellow member states to show greater solidarity, saying it stood by Europe during previous migration and refugee crises, and now expects the same support in return. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen has called for a unified response, with ministers discussing border security, cooperation with Morocco, and lessons from Ceuta crossings. Discussions come as the European Union faces renewed pressure to strengthen its response to irregular migration, while balancing obligations on human rights. Ross Cullen's covering the story for us for CNA. He joins us live from Paris. Ross, despite we're hearing some differences and some criticism, there seems to have been some form of solidarity. What has been the message on that?
Yeah, that's right, Wei Su. We had that meeting here in Europe earlier this morning. Interior ministers from the 27 member states all dialing in via video link for that call. Laurent Nunez, the French interior minister, was on that call as well, expressing his solidarity with Spain, saying that we salute Spain's management of the crisis. This is pretty much a 180-degree shift from the EU. If you look, Wei Su, at the immediate response late last week, 31st of July, 1st of August, from states including Italy that were so cross with what happened with the surge of migrants over the border fence into Spain's semi-enclave of Ceuta. So angry, they suspended the passport-free travel zone, the Schengen area travel zone that allows people in Europe to travel without having to go through security checks in terms of their paperwork. If you're flying from France to Germany, if you're driving from Italy to Austria, you're able to travel without having your passport checked. Italy wanted that suspended. Finland and Denmark rode in behind Rome. We did also see some comments from France, on one hand supporting Spain with assistance, but on the other hand tightening up border security along its southern frontier with Spain, the second longest frontier that France does have. But we've had that meeting now. They've expressed solidarity. Some other comments coming out in their joint communique, Wei Su, a common understanding of the need to continue relentlessly fighting migrant smuggling networks, reinforcing returns, strengthening our borders and building deep partnerships with third countries.
Ross, even so, no formal measures adopted, at least at this point.
No formal measures, but that's what we anticipated. There was no unexpected communique in terms of an agreed shift in policy position or a signing of any new migrant declaration. But certainly now that this has happened, it's likely to become one of the key issues when EU ministers do return from their August holidays at the end of the month, the start of September, trying to focus on if there is going to be a new push for a more coordinated approach when it comes to migrants. We've heard that from Greece over the last couple of days as well. We've also heard from Ursula von der Leyen, the president of the European Commission, saying that there needs to be broader unity between all the different states when it comes to the borders. But it's an issue with many different factors, because you have a lot of maritime borders, let's say Greece or Italy, France. You have a lot of land borders as well. And we've seen migrant crises before, in 2015, 2016 with the Syrian civil war, and in 2022 with millions of Ukrainian refugees fleeing into the European Union after the start of Russia's full-scale invasion. Wei Su.
Thanks, Ross Cullen there for CNA, reporting live from Paris on the immediate, what we've had from EU interior ministers holding emergency talks after a wave of deadly migrant crossings. Thank you.